Hey there, Libra. Welcome to your reading for the week of August 3rd. This week, you have, your message is pretty similar to some of the past weeks, I would have to say. It's kind of like a mixture of all the past weeks, kind of together. The first card you have is the Five of Clubs, which is an interesting card because it represents using past experiences and applying them today for success. And it's in whatever you're trying to reach. It's weird. This is a recurring message for people. It seems like a lot of signs that I've read for today have had a very similar message about pulling on past experiences. Not so much relying on intuition this week. It's more about relying on what you already know, if that makes sense. And it's a little bit deeper than that because it's like things that you have experienced. You're going to have very similar experiences this week that you've already been through, but you're going to need to apply what you learned from the past experiences to those situations today for success. I'm actually going to pull this card a little bit early. This came up at the end, and this is the King of Spades, which I believe Libra has had several times. King of Spades is all about pulling on past experiences and applying them to situations today. It's a very similar message. If you look at this card, I love, this is one of my favorite cards as far as imagery goes in the deck because it's so dead on. It's a guy in a military uniform and he's, all decked out with medals. It's about having lived through a bunch of experiences and gaining a bunch of knowledge and gaining a bunch of, tools to deal with those experiences. And that's what you're going to be doing this week. And it will ultimately lead to your success this week in whatever it is you're trying to, accomplish, whatever goals you're trying to reach this week, whatever you're trying to get done this week. And next you have the Four of Hearts, which is a great card. It represents the home, the feelings of the house, and it's more so the feelings. It's feeling comfortable, feeling protected, feeling supported. Think about just any feelings you get when you are in your own home. We feel safe, protected, and all those things. And that's how you'll be feeling this week. This card brings in a little bit more, though. It brings in new situations as well, which you definitely have coming up. It brings in new travel, new businesses, new jobs. If you've been looking for a job, this can bring in a new job. New love relationships as well, and they would be very positive love relationships. So if you're single, get out there. Definitely get out there this week. We're going to touch on that in a second, but it would be a very supportive, home-like relationship, very positive type of relationship. And to back that up, you have the Ace of Hearts coming up next, which is one of the best love cards in the deck. Again, if you're single, definitely get out there this week. This is new relationships coming in, new situations. The Ace of Hearts is also about problems melting away in your life. It's all about problems going away. A couple other signs have had this message as well, that their problems would be melting away this week, kind of like things kind of evening out, getting a lot better. I will say if you're in a relationship, it will be very stable this week. It'll be very supportive and very loving. A lot of love energy this week, which is a very positive sign for you. It'll be very, very good, and you'll be able to enjoy it. But again, if you're single, get out there. But this card also brings in more travel. I would say a lot of you are probably traveling this week, going on vacation, whatever. It's a very traveling type of card. But other than that, you have a very easy week. There's not a lot to talk about. I think really it's just all about pulling on your past experiences and applying them to anything that you encounter this week, positive or negative. It doesn't matter. You'll be able to use that past experience to your advantage to be really successful.